Hello, my tenties. I hope you people are fine, enjoying your life. And now I have brought a video for you that is from chapter chemistry. That is first chapter, chemical equations and reaction. When I used to interact with my students, and also I used to come to know that they sometimes they get confused in balancing the equations and identification of the equations and all. So this video I brought you. I hope this will help you definitely in understanding the balancing part and the identification of equations as well. So in first part of the video of this chapter, I have brought how to balance the equation, what is the difference between reaction and equation. So let's proceed for the same. Chemical reaction. What do you mean by chemical reaction? Chemical change you people have done. Everyone is aware of chemical change and all, right? So chemical change happen when you see that when there is a new substances form. Now the same thing we are just forming, we are just writing in the form of reaction. So they say if chemical change is happening, then the chemical change happen when you add two or more substances, something happened because of some energy, because of some production of gases, etc., etc. It happens, and what happens? The new substances are formed. That is only what you can say chemical reaction. There is a process in which at least one new substance is produced. New substance, why they are saying? Because it is a chemical change, and that is a basic characteristic of chemical change. We know that. So chemical reaction, a new substance is formed, and this means how the two or more substances are reacting to make a new substance. That is what we mean by chemical reaction. Chemical reaction, there are some reactants and product. Now, what are the reactants and product? Let's make it just easy by taking an example. Suppose you have to make, say, tea, a cup of tea for your parents or for anyone. You are making a cup of coffee or tea, whatever. So, like, suppose let's take a tea because I like tea. So, what you add? What are the reactants in making the tea? That is milk, water. Then you can say sugar. And tea leaves and ginger and means whatever the thing you want to add to make it more tasty for your loved ones. So that is a reactant. And when it happen, when you keep it on the gas stove, you make it on, and what happens? It boils and mixes up. So new product is formed. What is a new product? That is the tea which you are serving to your loved one. So what is a product? A cup of tea. What are the reactants here? Milk, sugar, tea leaves, ginger. These are all reactants to make a cup of tea. So this is how you can make it, and you can make any recipe. Initially, what you take to make your recipe, that is what that is reactants, and finally, when you whatever you are getting it to have, so that is what that is a product. It may be one or the more products it may be have. So there are some simple examples that make you understand what is reactants and the product. Reactants again, the initial thing what you take it, and the product what you take the things what you get the things finally after a chemical change. So, describing a chemical reaction. Now, how can you say the chemical change has been taken place? If suppose you have kept something, you have mixed something and kept something, how do you know the chemical reaction has been taken place or there is some chemical changes there? So there are some observations which indicate us, okay, that you can say that chemical change has taken place. So how will you do so? Like there may be some, you can say, kind of energy production like heat, light, or sound, right? There may be a production of gas in which that you can say the sound is come like that sound, na physics sound. You can say that. Formation of a precipitate in some substance maybe which are insoluble. Precipitate is what? When you add something and you get a new product which is not soluble in water and all, you can say in that solution, that is called a precipitate, or maybe the color change, or maybe some other thing as well we can observe. So these are some indications which help us to know reaction has been taken place. Okay, now we understand what is that reactant, products, what is chemical reaction. Now how will you write a chemical equation? I'm not talking about chemical reaction now. What is a chemical equation? Like suppose if I take a very simple, you can say chemical reaction. When magnesium ribbon is burnt in the presence of oxygen, so it forms magnesium oxide. Simple. I'm saying in you can say in terms of words and all. So this is what magnesium plus oxygen, it gives magnesium oxide and all when you burn it. This is what the chemical reaction, a chemical change means. Chemical equation will be the same. You can turn into a chemical equation when you are using the symbol. So magnesium is what? That is Mg. Oxygen gas, it is O2. And the new product what you are getting after combustion, that is what? That is magnesium oxide, and you can write it down as MgO. So this is how you have turned a chemical reaction into a chemical equation. Let's see the another example which you can see on the screen. Chemical symbols give a before and after picture of a chemical reaction in the form of symbols, right? The symbol, what is important here? So reactants are what? Reactant with which you have started your reaction. You want to see what will happen when you add in this thing. What you have taken, that is MgO plus C. What is MgO here? That is magnesium oxide. I hope you people have learned your valencies in grade you can say 9, and not all, but yeah, some of the symbols, some of the valency you should know, and you know how to make the formulas. So if not, so kindly just don't forget to mention in the comment box. I will make one video for the valencies and how to make chemical formulas also. I will definitely come with that video as well. Okay, so MgO, that is a magnesium oxide. It is now reacting with the carbon, and what is happened? When chemical reaction is taking place, some chemical change is happening. So what is happening? Product carbon monoxide, that is CO, and magnesium. So these are the new products what we are getting. So initially what we have taken reactants, finally after reaction, after change, what we are getting, that are what? They are the products, right? So if you want to write in a chemical reaction, reaction means a simple statement kind of. Magnesium oxide reacts with carbon to form carbon monoxide and magnesium. But if you want to write an equation, you have to use a symbol. So it is MgO plus C gives CO plus Mg. So this is what the difference between reaction and equation. The chemical equations. Chemical equations, like we can see some examples, some more examples for the same. That is depict the kind of reactants and the products. Okay, we understood what are reactants, products also, and how to turn a chemical reaction into an equation, right? Now just learn more about that equations and also what is that? That is, as you can see on the screen, there is one equation written over here. 4Al in bracket S plus 3O2 in bracket G gives 2Al2O3 bracket S. So if I say Al stands for what? That is aluminium. What is O2? O2 is oxygen gas. So we write in the form of molecule, that is O2, don't write O here. And Al2O3, that is aluminium oxide. Why it's Al2O3? What is the valency of aluminium? That is 3. What is the valency of oxygen? That is 2. Cross multiplication. What the formula you are getting? Al2O3. If not done, again I'm telling you, mention in comment box. I will definitely come with a new video if you have any confusion. Otherwise, recall the thing what you have done in grade 9. Okay, my attendees. Now in this one, you just forget that जो उसमें numbers gave 4, 3, 2. Abhi you forget it. I'll tell you how to mention these numbers. First to come the things which is written in the bracket. What is it? S, G, and S. So this S, G, and S, that is what? That is the state of the reactants or the you can say product which we are getting in this chemical equation. So S stands here what? That is solid. G stands here. What is that? That is gas. And L stands here. That is what? Liquid. So these are the physical state. Normally, when you just take here, when you see it in this state, we can get it normally at room temperature. You can mention. So that is aluminium in solid, aluminium foil, and all. You can see aluminium. That is solid. It is metal. O2. That is a gas, non-metal. Remember? So what is that? It's a gaseous form. Al2O3 is a compound. You can see over here. That is. It's also present in the form of solid. So these are the one you can see. The numbers in the front like 4, 3, and 2, right? As I told, we will talk about later. 4, 3, and 2. What are the numbers? These are the coefficients over here, which is helping to balance the equation. Now we'll see that balancing the equation. Before that, let's see what do you mean by this equation. So we've written the 4 here. The coefficient, what the coefficient they are just telling us means Al is, as I told, this is an element, this is a metal, so atoms are there. So 4 aluminum atoms reacting with what? 3 oxygen atoms? No, molecules. 3 oxygen molecule. What is O2? It's not O. That's why. It gives what? Reaction has been taken place. Chemical reaction ho gaya, chemical change ho gaya. Kya mila hame? We are getting here 2 molecules of aluminium oxide. Al2O3. Okay, so what do you mean by this statement? If the numbers, the coefficients are given over here, first you should know what you mean by these. Now, why we are just putting the numbers 4, 3, 2? Why it is required? हम ऐसे नहीं लिख सकते Al plus O2 gives Al2O3. Why we are putting 4, 3, 2 and all? So as you know, like suppose we have learned how to make cup of tea. You know that I'm joking. You know that how to make a cup of tea. If not, learn it and make one day for your parents. That they will be so happy. Okay. So because the principle of conservation of mass, what do you mean by that? Means, which again I'm telling you, this you have done in grade 9. What you have done in grade 9 that the mass, the matter, it doesn't change. It remains same, and that you can say the principle of conservation means in the reactants, whatever the amount of reactants you have taken in chemical equations or reaction, the product amount will also be same, because mass, you can't destroy mass, you can't create mass. It will remain the same. Like suppose if you have taken a cup of, you can say a cup of milk you have taken, you have added half cup of water, you've added some tea leaf, sugar, ginger, whatever you have written. So whatever the amount, collective amount of these reactants, and when you're making a cup of tea, so obviously you will say that that cup of tea, including the vapors which you have evaporated when you're making the, you can say that the tea tasty. So including the vapors also, the collectively for a system, the reactant and the product mass, it will always be, you can say same. You can't change it. So this is what the conservation of matter. This is what the law of conservation of matter. So what do you mean by that? Let's define in the form of a reaction. So same atoms are present in the reaction at beginning. Reactant side means left hand side. Whatever the number of atoms we have taken, they will be equal. They will be equivalent to what? The number of atoms what we have taken, what they're getting later on after the reaction, that is on the product side. So the amount of matter in a system, it never changes. It just changes into another form, but it will never be destroyed, not be created. That's why it is required to know how many atoms they are taking place in a chemical reaction, and this is helping us to balance the equation. That's why the equation must be balanced. It must have the same number of atoms of the same kind on both the sides. Like if you see that, I'm just making it simple for you. If you see that aluminum, how many aluminum atoms are there? 4 aluminum atoms, right? If you come here on the right hand side, it's written 2Al2. I mean, I'm ignoring O here. So it's written 2Al2. If the number is, you can say, written over there Al2, that 2 and the 2 as a coefficient, then these number will get multiplied. So 2 into 2 will become what? 4, right? Aluminium, both the side, how many atoms we have? 4, 4. And if you say the oxygen, how many is the O2? And the coefficient is what? That is 3. So it will be 3 into 2, that is 6 on left hand side, reactant side. And similarly here, it's O3, 3 here, and the 2, which is written as a coefficient beginning of the compound 2. So 2 will be used by both aluminium also and oxygen also. So as we have used in aluminium, 2 into 2, 4. Similarly, this 2 will be used in the oxygen as well. That is 2 into 3, that makes 6. So how many aluminum atom on both the side? 4, 4. How many oxygen atom in both the, you can see both the side? 6, 6. So that is the same one. We are not changing the number of atoms. This is what we can say a balanced equation, right? So the characteristic of a chemical equation, the equation must present the known facts. What are the facts? Means if we are saying that magnesium is reacting with oxygen, it is forming magnesium. Okay, so the fact what we know that कि अगर हम इसको react करेंगे तो हमें क्या मिलेगा? तो हमें fact पता चलता है. The equation must contain the correct formulas and for the reactants and products. If we don't know the valency, we don't know the symbol correctly, and obviously the symbol, the chemical equation, what you are, you can say writing, if it is not correct, the balancing and the reaction is completely wrong. So better, as I told, you should know the valency, you should know how to make a chemical formula, and then you will just the presentation will be fine. It will be corrected one. And the law of conservation of mass must be satisfied, means equation should be balanced, right? So make it a simple. Whenever you write your answer, make the answer simple. Don't make it complicated, right? In science, no need to do that. No need to use like we say high vocabulary and something like that. Short, crisp, to the point answer required. But yeah, as I always tell my student, we should take care that we have to write the answer according to marks as well. That also we have to take care and read the question properly. Okay, now come back the chemical equation. So let's see the definition of reactants, products, and the chemical equation one, that is what? Reactant, the substances that exist before a chemical change. Initially, what you have taken, reactant, product. The new substances after the reaction has been taken place, after the chemical change has been taken place, that is what the products we have. And the chemical equation indicates the products and the reactants, and this is how we'll see that your chemical reaction is taking place. Now word equation, word equation is what, as I told, there is a, if you see the reaction is simply what is saying the sentence, when magnesium reacts with oxygen, it forms magnesium oxide. That is normally a reaction. You're just telling what you are doing and what you will get it. Word equation means now you are writing the name in the form of the name, the component form in the form of the equation, but you are not using a symbol. So word equation is what? That is, you are writing methane is reacting. Suppose if I'm writing an equation, you can say reaction. So what I will say, when methane reacts with oxygen, it will form carbon dioxide and water, right? Word equation, now I'm just presenting in a kind of a reaction. So methane plus oxygen gives carbon dioxide plus water. Okay, so here what are the reactants? Methane and oxygen. What are the products here? That is carbon dioxide and water. But if I want to write a normal chemical equation, then you have to write a symbol. What is the methane formula? CH4, oxygen O2, carbon dioxide CO2, and the water we have, that is H2O, right? But the balancing was also required. So if you want to balance the equation, what you will do? So we have to just check it out first of all. What are the atoms are used, we can say, in on both the sides, carbon, oxygen and hydrogen. These three atoms we are using the whole equation, what you are just looking here. So now we will check it out one by one. We'll take it. What is the carbon? Carbon on left hand side, if you say how many atoms of carbon we are taking here, that is carbon, one carbon atom is written C over here. On the right hand side, it is in CO2. How many carbon there? That is only one. So one, both the side carbon is balanced. Okay, let's move to the other one. H, hydrogen here. So if you say hydrogen, it is H4. So how many hydrogen atoms we are having? There are 4 hydrogen atoms. If it was talk about on the right hand side, it is written 2H2O. So 2 coefficient is 2, which is visible in, you can say, red color, and H2 it is 2A. So what will do? You will multiply. So 2 into 4, 2 into 2 4. So both the side now it is 4 4. So okay, now hydrogen will also balanced over here. And oxygen, the last but not the least, that is O. Again, coefficient is 2 into 2 4. And here carbon dioxide, how many O is there? 2, and 2 oxygen atom we are getting from water 1. So 2 2 4, total product also 4, in the reactants and also 4. So that makes the equation balance. So whenever you balance an equation, ऐसे कोई बहुत सारे techniques नहीं होते. It's a kind of trial and error method. You keep using it, and you just adding the number and just check it out, and you may change it also. So this is one. As more practice you will do for balance the equation, this you will get more confidence in writing the correct one. Okay, so practice is required every time. What is the difference between that line? You can see that unbalanced equation, this is not balanced, how it is looking like tilted one. And if you say the balanced one, then you can say how it is balanced one, right? If you see the picture, if you're comparing which one is looking more, you can say attractive and more, you can say, means we are liking which of the figure, that is you can say left or right. So better, I will go for the right one for the balance. I like the balance thing. We always be a balanced person also in our life. I hope you all are. Okay, so the first one, let's see. Now, let's see, is it a balance equation? The equation example here they have given here, that is H2 plus O2 gives HCl. H2 is what? Hydrogen gas. Cl2, chlorine gas. So you can mention that also. HCl, that is hydrochloric acid. So let's see, are they, is the equation balanced? To see how many H on the reactant side? H2. How many atoms? 2 atoms. Right hand side, how many atoms of H we have? That is 1, right? Okay, balance nahi hai, equal nahi hai, fine. Let's go for chlorine also. So chlorine is also what? On left hand side, how many Cl2? 2 atoms. On right hand side, how many atoms? That is 1. So 1 1, completely unbalanced equation. That's why आपको tilt दिख रहा है. Now let's make it balanced. Okay? So balance कैसे करेंगे? Hit and trial method. So if you just keep trying, and you will just check it out that if you are putting 2 in front of as a coefficient in front of HCl, then you will get H2 plus Cl2 gives 2 HCl. So now just check it out on both the side. Hydrogen is 2 2 and chlorine is also 2 2. Not a balanced equation. Or I always remember whatever the number you are adding, okay, whatever the number you are adding, you will always add number as a coefficient. आप उसको आगे number लगाओगे, you will not change the compound. आप HCl को HCl2 नहीं लिख सकते या H2Cl2 नहीं लिख सकते हो. It is not possible. Reaction is completely wrong. 0 marks. ठीक है? So what you will do? आपको क्या करना है? आपको सिर्फ जो number लगेगा balancing के लिए, you have to write as a coefficient in front of that component. उससे पहले लगाना है, before that. Got it? आप फॉर्मूला कंपाउंड के फॉर्मूले को चेंज नहीं कर सकते. जैसे अगर H2 plus Cl2 है तो आप ऐसे बोलो, अच्छा हम ऐसे लिखते हैं H2Cl2. No, it's completely wrong. H2Cl2 कुछ नहीं होता है, HCl होता है. So अगर हमें नंबर ऑफ एटम करना है तो हमें आगे लगाना पड़ेगा नंबर. Means what? One molecule of hydrogen reacting with one molecule of chlorine gives 2 molecules of hydrogen chloride. That is hydrochloric acid. So balance equation, one in which the number of atoms on each element of the reactant and on the product both sides they are equal. So that is one, and this is looking very nice. So let's see one more example. Check it out. Is it in balance? Na. Na stands for sodium. H2O stands water. That is easy for everyone. Na again sodium. OH. It is an ion. Which ion? Polyatomic. That is OH. Hydroxide. NaOH sodium hydroxide plus H2 hydrogen gas. H2 है because ठीक है. Okay, so is it a balance? Obviously not. It is not a balance. So you just first of all you have to just mention in your notebook right now. Reactant side में आपके और product side में आपके कितने Na हैं, कितने H और कितने OH. So if you see that, if you check it out, then Na both side we have 1 1. ठीक है, वो balance. Let's see the other one. How many O we have on left side? That is 1 only. H2O एक ही O है. ठीक है, एक एटम हमारा हो गया लेफ्ट से. अगर आप राइट साइड में जाओ तो वहां पे भी एक ही O है. कोई कोएफिशिएंट कुछ नहीं लगा हुआ नीचे, so सुपर सबस्क्रिप्ट कुछ नहीं लगा हुआ, तो it is simple. Okay, let's move the H1. H on left hand side we have how many 2 atoms, but on right side how many we have? For hydrogen gas that is 2 and 1 is NaOH वाला H. तो कितने हो गए? राइट साइड में 3 H हो गए. तो ये सिर्फ एक हाइड्रोजन की वजह से पूरी इक्वेशन अनबैलेंस हो गई है. तो हमें क्या करना पड़ेगा? पूरी इक्वेशन को बैलेंस करना पड़ेगा. अब ऐसे तो नहीं है ना, जैसे मैंने बोला था आप H2 को H3 बना देते हैं या फिर NaOH को NaOH2 बनाते हैं. Is it possible? Obviously no. I know you are very smart. You know that it is not possible. So always we have to write the number as a coefficient before that compound. Will not change the formula for compound. Not possible. Again I'm repeating. So let's see. If we are putting, because we हमें क्या करना है, हमें H2 को बैलेंस करना है. So if we are putting H2O के सामने 2 लगाया, that is 2H2O, and एक NaOH के सामने 2 लगाया, तो that will make on both the side, that will make how many H2 now on reactant side? 4. 2 into 2 4. Right hand side 2H. Can you see NaOH का H है, उसके सामने 2 लगाया तो it will be 2, and H2 हाइड्रोजन गैस वाला 2. So how many atoms of hydrogen? 4. बट अब जैसे हमने हाइड्रोजन को किया, बट बाकी चीज भी चेंज हो गई है ना. जैसे हमने क्या किया, अब हमारे राइट साइड पे Na जो बन रहा है, अगर हम Na कुछ ना करेंगे तो कुछ भी नहीं करेंगे तो हमारा क्या हो जाएगा? Na2 बन गया, लेकिन लेफ्ट साइड में हमारा 1 ही था, तो हमें Na के सामने लेफ्ट साइड में भी 2 लगाना पड़ेगा एज अ कोएफिशिएंट. व्हाट इज 2Na, right? And then you will see the equation is balanced. Now let's see how many atoms of sodium on both the side. Na2 hydrogen how many? That is 4, and oxygen how many? That is 2. So now yes, equation is balanced. Okay, so whenever you write a balancing chemical equation, a balanced chemical equation, when you are doing, when you are just starting, first of all you have to write a word equation लिखो. word equation लिखने के बाद उसके symbols पता होने चाहिए. like जैसे मैंने बोला methane, you should know how to write a methane, that is CH4. like sodium hydroxide is sodium hydroxide is NaOH. so अगर आपको formula ही नहीं पता, chemical formula नहीं पता, तो balance तो possible ही नहीं है फिर. that's why again I'm repeating, balancing chemical formula you should know that. Okay, then we should write the chemical formula as I told, reactants and product whatever we are having, and then determine the coefficient. Coefficient means आपको क्या लगाना है सामने, 2 3 4 जो भी लगाना है to balance the equation as we have done in the last example. This is way how to balance a chemical equation, and सबसे easy होता है the best way, what is presented over here. You have to make a table like this, write down the numbers, and then you just do different trial method to make it balance. Okay, the one more example then again in methane. I was talking about an example of methane, that is CH4 is now, I hope you remember the formula for methane, that is CH4, and oxygen that is O2, it's with carbon dioxide, and the water that is H2O. So now I just pause the video, just try once yourself. That is what, that is you have to make it balance. The equation will be what, CH4 plus 2O2 gives CO2 plus 2H2O. So let's see how many carbon atom on both the side after balancing. So carbon atom on both the side, reactant product side, 1 carbon atom. Hydrogen atom how many? 4 4. Oxygen atom how many? Again 4 4. So now balance है. पहले balance नहीं था, but when you put a coefficient in front of it means before that O2 and H2O, then it become a balance equation. So जैसे मैंने बोला ऐसे कोई rule technique नहीं है, बस आप उसको hit and try method से try करते रहोगे, then you will able to do it. As more practice you will do it, it will be more helpful. So better to practice for example it's given in your NCERT, the best thing. So here, how to make it, how will you present it? How will you explain this? Means what? Because there is no coefficient in methane. So how many molecules of methane are taking part in this reaction? 1 molecule of methane reacts with its 2O2. So 2 molecules of oxygen. It gives what? 1 molecule of carbon dioxide plus 2 molecules of water. So this is what helping us to know how many number of molecules, atoms are participating in a given reaction. That's why it is required to balance a equation. Okay, these are the some ways. Like suppose every time हम नहीं लिखते हैं कि पूरा sentence लिखना है, there are some symbols are given over here. Some of the symbols you will learn in grade 10, but some of the symbols you will learn in grade 11 and 12. So you can just have a look what are the symbols over here. The first one indicates result of reaction, means the arrow what you make here, that is means what the result we will get, what the product we are getting. Arrow just what the things we are getting. If it is a double arrow in opposite direction, the second one symbol, that is a reversible reaction, means reversible is also possible, like you see in the case of what, ice to water, water to ice. तो रिवर्सिबल है ना दोनों का, obviously conditions को apply करना पड़ेगा. So that is the one. S, we have discussed. S stands for solid, L stands for liquid, G stands for gas, aqueous, AG. What is aqueous? Aqueous means nothing. Like suppose कि मैं आपको बोलती घर में aqueous solution बना दो, क्या करना है, सिर्फ एक salt, मतलब कुछ भी, कोई भी salt, कोई भी sugar, कुछ भी कर लो, उसको अगर आप वाटर में डिसॉल्व कर पा रहे हो तो वो आपको एक एक्वस सॉल्यूशन बन जाता है. यानी अगर आपने सॉल्ट लिया, उसका वाटर में डिसॉल्व किया, इट्स एन एक्वस सॉल्यूशन. शुगर लिया और वाटर में डिसॉल्व किया, इट्स एक्वस सॉल्यूशन, राइट. सो ओनली जब जो भी कोई सॉल्ट है, जो भी कुछ चीज हमें मिल रही है रिएक्टेंट प्रोडक्ट, अगर वो वाटर में डिसॉल्व हो पा रहा है, दैट इज योर एक्वस सॉल्यूशन. Okay, the arrow which is showing downward direction, आप जो देख रहे हो नीचे downward direction, ये क्या सिर्फ करता है, वैसे तो solid का भी present कर सकता है, but it's a kind of precipitate. Precipitate I told, what is a precipitate? जब reaction आपकी take place करती है, so what happens, sometimes the substance which is formed, which is insoluble in water, so that is obviously वो aqueous solution तो नहीं बना रहा है, वो insoluble है, right. वो थोड़ा सा आपको cloudy जैसा, ये मतलब cloudy में थोड़ा सा आपको वो ऐसे what do you say, cuddles type बन जाएगा. So what is that? That is a precipitate. Then if the arrow is on in upward direction, that is gaseous state. Like if you say hydrogen gas, so H2, अगर आप bracket में G नहीं लिखोगे, H2 arrow ऊपर बनाओगे तो understood is a hydrogen gas. O2 arrow oxygen gas. What is for that? The triangular sign that we use for the heating. If you say the reaction is heated, that is if you instead of writing heat on above the arrow, you just make a triangle sign. It's understanding it is heated one. That is 2 atmosphere, means that is the pressure at which the reaction is taking place. There are so many conditions as I told. ऐसे नहीं कि हर एक रिएक्शन आपकी रूम टेम्परेचर हो जाती है, बहुत सारी कंडीशंस होती हैं which you learn in upcoming classes also, like 11 12 में आप पढ़ोगे सब. The pressure, normal whatever the pressure we are taking, 0 degree Celsius के टेम्परेचर कौन सा हमारा 0 डिग्री सेल्सियस, एंड लाइक कैटलिस्ट होते हैं जो आपकी रिएक्शंस को एक नॉर्मल रेट पे व्हाट यू से चेंज कराते हैं, केमिकल चेंज होता है. It may slow down the reaction also if it is required, or it may make the reaction fast. अगर reaction बहुत slow, अगर आपको fast करना है तो हम paper catalyst use करते हैं. अगर reaction बहुत ज़्यादा तेज, बहुत ज़्यादा fast है, हमें पता नहीं चला क्या observation हो रहा है, तो हमको slow down करने तभी हम catalyst use कर सकते हैं. तो अलग-अलग catalyst use होते हैं अलग-अलग reaction पे, अलग-अलग requirement के accordingly. So this you will learn in upcoming classes of that. These are the some simple. I hope you have learned it. So that was the first part of the chapter in this video. That is only what you mean by the initial thing, like reaction, equation, reactants, products, the symbols what you are using, why it is required to balance the equation, and how to balance the equation. I hope you have learned it. Don't forget this comment here. I hope you like the video. I hope you have learned from it. So just like it, comment it, share with your friends. And yes, I hope you have already subscribed. Thank you so much. See you soon with another part of this chapter, part 2, in which we will learn what the type of reactions. There are 5 types of reaction. Learn in the next video. So see you soon. Bye. Take care.